Hey everyone, it's Lori from Scraps by Sissy. Happy Tuesday! How's your week going? Are you surviving the heat? Because we're all melting around here. Yeah, and this is why I like fall. These 119 degree days are for the birds. Let's see, I'm trying to find you on my laptop. If you join me, please be sure to say hello. If I don't comment, please don't take it personally because I'm busy trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. So it's me and Chloe and Charlie in the studio today. Charlie, yell hi.
Hi!
He's over there playing on his phone while Nana does her Facebook Live, waiting ever so patiently. Yeah, I'm having a difficult time. Let's see, that does say live. Yep. Hopefully I'm on the right page. That's been known to happen. Let's see here. Let's try this. Hope this isn't a preview of what to expect today, but you never know with me. Never a dull moment around here. So, where is that? Oh, wait, let's go up here and look. It's always a learning curve when I get back on my Facebook Live. So, shh, Chloe, you know how that is. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm not finding it here. So, I guess I'm just going to wing it and not worry about seeing anything. Let's see if this is going to bring it up. Still not showing it. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I'm on the right page. Let's see. Well, let's just keep going. Okay, so today we're going to play with the Iconic Imagery bundle. I used this for my Casing Tuesday project earlier this morning. This is one of the new online exclusives that went live last Wednesday. And these are the dies. They're smaller dies. And it's not only for Christmas, but it also encompasses fall and winter and birthdays. Yeah. And this paper, I just love. Well, you know, I just love pattern paper anyway. So let's take a look at what we got here. Some of these patterns. You can see it's already very well loved. So the dies actually cut out these Christmas trees. There's the back side of that, and I believe the die will cut out that also. Here is the sheet I used this morning. And then there's Valentine's Day, and you could use that for Valentine's Day or New Year's. Then I absolutely love this plaid. It's very, very iconic Christmas plaid. And it has that same leaf pattern with kind of holly berries on it that are done in the Moody Mauve. Here is some more fall paper with acorns and the Cajun Craze with some polka dots. Excuse me. Here's some of the leaves on that striped paper, which is in Mossy Meadow and Old Olive. And then here are some, it looks like fireworks. And then here's the birthday candles. And I believe the die will cut those out. Don't hold it against me if I'm wrong. Let's see, what's on the back side? Here is some snowflakes with some more Christmas trees in Moody Mauve. Some pumpkins that have the plaid on it that we're going to use today. Some doves. Stars. I like this stripe too. Well, anything in blue you know I'm going to like. There's some more of the Christmas trees and some confetti with some more stars. So isn't that a fun pack of paper? I like that it can be used for more than just Christmas. So let's take a look at my scrapbook layout that whoops, I guess it helps if I have it right side up. Whoops. There went my trimmer. Okay, man down, right, Charlie?
Yeah.
That's okay. It happens. I can just go ahead and flip this on here right quick, and we'll be good to go. Anyway, this is the scrapbook layout that I created. For whatever reason, this one took me a few minutes to create, probably because the sketch that I used from pagemaps.com, it was my starting off point, but I kept changing things up. Surprise, surprise. So I started with an old olive base, and I distressed it or added ink sponging around it in early espresso. I have a piece of 8.5 by 11 Very Vanilla that I also added the ink. I started with a piece of 5.5 inches wide by 10 inches in length of Cajun Craze, and then I took the piece of Designer Series paper and I trimmed off 3/4 of an inch, and then actually I tore the edges first, if you can see that. I have an old Stampin' Up! Paper tearer tool, and I went ahead and excuse me, pulled the paper to tear it. I did it twice and then trimmed that to 3 3/4, and I did it again with this leaf pattern, and I think I cut that one at just 1/2 inch and added, no, it was 3/4. I just, when I attached it to this Designer Series paper, I covered a lot of it up with these 2 strips of the polka dot. Then after it was all glued together, I used the dauber again with some more early espresso and went all the way around it. I also added a piece of this new, and when I added the ribbon, I hadn't die cut these leaves yet because I hadn't thought to use them yet. But this is that ribbon. See if you can see the texture. Piece of Chloe's fur. She just got trimmed today. Okay, you can see it's kind of fuzzy on one side, and I added that on there. And then of course that's when I decided that I wanted to add some leaves, and I stamped them once. I used peach pie, that's the new color, peach pie, and I stamped one, then stamped off. I did the same with Cajun Craze, but I didn't end up using the dark one. And I also did it with the Mossy Meadow, and then I die cut the veining in the peach pie, Cajun Craze, and Mossy Meadow. Those are added with dimensionals. I used the Spotlight in Nature circles. I did use the white for this one only because I wanted the sentiment for my title to pop. And then I die cut the leaves, and they're in Cajun Craze and stamped off Cajun Craze. Here's some Mossy Meadow, and there's some of those leaves. And I brought in a little bit of early espresso with the little berries there. My photo is a 4x6, and it's added to a 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 piece of Very Vanilla, a piece of Mossy Meadow that is 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. Come over here, Chloe. And just like a little kid, Mom starts talking and she wants to get in the middle of it all. Then I had a scrap of peach pie that is 2 3/4 inches wide, and it's 4 1/4 in length, and I just wanted a pop of the peach pie. I didn't want the whole thing matted to it. I used a piece of Very Vanilla for my journaling, and this stamp is from the Love This Moment set, and I used my Mossy Meadow Stampin' Right marker for my journaling. Everything is glued down with Stampin' Seal Plus, and then the embellishments are added with dimensionals. These I just used mini glue dots to add them. So that's my layout. Like I said, it took me a minute. I guess because I kept changing my mind. So we're only going to do one card today, and it's probably a good thing the way things are going. And it's a fun fold. I found this on Pinterest, and the lady's name, I have it written down. Let me get it for you, because I did not come up with that. Her name is Kathy, and I know I'm going to butcher this, Kathy Andus. Anyway, I found this style of fun fold on Pinterest, and I thought it was such a fun fold. And there's the inside. So let's get started. Keep your fingers crossed that we make this cut just fine. And we put the Stampin' trimmer back together. I am using pecan pie for my card base. It's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And we are going to cut off, and I want to make sure I have the right, I brought my ruler over here because I don't want to have to get another piece. So we are going to cut 1 3/4 off the top. So I am going to put this at the 1 3/4, and we are going to come down just to the 5 1/2 inch mark. Got to fix that blade. When it dropped, it popped out of the groove. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. So I'm thinking here. I know, don't hurt yourself. Okay, this is the card front here. We're going to come down right to the 5 1/2. I can see the score line here, plus the 5 1/2 on the ruler. Now we're going to come over here, and we're going to cut. We'll make sure this is 5 1/2 here, and we're going to go just to where that cut is. Let's see, let's go over just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Now, one of the things she did mention is when you cut your cardstock, sometimes you have that little crease there. So she suggested to use your bone folder and just go over that edge, and it flattens that piece right out. Okay, so I have a piece of that Designer Series paper, and it's cut at 2 1/4 by 5 1/4, and we'll attach that to the front. And you know what? I did forget my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Charlie's back in the studio.
Yeah.
I think I need to give that door some WD-40. All right. Let me grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine because we do need to die cut those leaves. Hang on just a second. You didn't think I would get away with not walking away with the way things are going today, right? Okay, let's move this out of the way. We'll put this aside. I want to stamp and die cut my 2 leaves first. So we're just going to use this piece of scrap, and I'm using pecan pie ink. And we're just going to have these 2 out, and then my leaf. So I want to stamp 1 in full strength, and then I'm going to stamp off. We're going to die cut them both. Okay, and you know what else I'm going to do? We're going to come down here and let's clean that a little bit. I can see through the stamp that it's kind of icky. All right, 1 here and 1 here. So that gives me 2nd and 3rd generation ink for the leaf there. Let's close this up for a moment, and we will die cut that leaf. Just use this little leaf die right here. So I'm going to line it up, and I'm going to add a little piece of this mint tape. It's low tack tape. Okay. Now when you're using the Stampin' Cut, the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you want to make sure your plates make an E so that it helps the machine grab your plates. So this is how your plates should look. And then we're just going to run that through. There's 1. Okay. Now we'll die cut the other. Set that on like so. this back out. That's all we need this machine for, so let's set it aside. Okay. Now we'll pop our die cut out. Put the tape back on the machine. We'll stick this over here. All right, so we're done with that. So for this, my next step is to create this little notch, and I'm using the 1 3/4 inch circle punch, and you just want to come down about 1/3 of the way, and I'm going to line it up with the edge of the Designer Series paper, and it's just going to go like so. Startled Chloe. All right, that part is done. Now I want to stamp the sentiment with the same ink. This is just a monochromatic card. We're going to stamp Love the Season there. And then we're going to stamp this big Celebrate, and I want to make sure I get it close to the bottom so that it doesn't peek out through that little notch. And we're just going to bring him right here. Okay. And did I put an envelope in here? Yep, I did. No, I did not. So I will stamp my envelope like this when I get off air, and it's just stamping to make your 1st and 2nd generation ink. So now let's add this to the inside of the card. We'll lay that in here so that you've got 1/4 inch all the way around. This layer is 4 by 5 1/4. It covers our Celebrate. We'll grab some dimensionals and add our leaves like so. Okay, our leaves are done. Now the berries that go with this set, they are in Cherry Cobbler and Pearl. They're adhesive back, and these 3 are all one piece. So you've got the look of holly berries when you have the red ones. I'm just going to come under here, pick that up, and I'm going to add those to my leaves. And I'm going to add one here and one here, and we are done. See how quick and easy that came together? Even though I forgot my stamp and cut and emboss machine. Blah, blah, blah. Say that 3 times fast. Okay, so there's our card today, and another quick look at my scrapbook layout. I hope you enjoyed today's card. I thank you for stopping by and spending time with me. I will go over and finish up my blog post. It'll have all the measurements for today's projects and links to my online store. This is what is this? This is the 2nd week of July, so you're in the 2nd week of bonus days. For every $50 you purchase, you're going to get a $5 coupon it's a code that gets emailed to you, and then you can use that $5 off on an order in August. So make sure you save those emails when you get those email codes sent to you. Have a great Tuesday, and I will catch you later. Bye.